Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Hi. I guess, we should just jump right into it. Why don't we just introduce ourselves? Let's go for it. Awesome. Okay, so I'm Madeline. I'm a sophomore on the WVBR marketing team. I am doing good. A little tired today. I'm on my second cup of coffee. Looks like I've got something going on there too. But yeah, mostly that's me. That's all I have to say, I guess.
Um, Hi, I'm Yancy. I'm also a sophomore in WVBR 93.5 FM, the marketing team, and it's going pretty good. Pretty good morning.
Nice. Well, I'm Sloan, and yeah, I'm on my second cup of coffee as well. And it's a beautiful morning in Austin, Texas.
Oh my goodness. I want to hear so much more about Austin. Well, I guess, we can just jump right into it. And I guess what I wanted to start off with is that I realized last week when I was kind of thinking about this interview that the last live concert I went to was Dayglow and Peach Pit at Cornell. Wow. So I was like, man, it's been a year, almost exactly a year. That was an awesome night. You were great. Peach Pit was great. It was an awesome time. Yeah, it was that. It has a lot more weight for me now than I realized at the time. I was wondering if that was sort of the case for you, or what one of your last live performances was.
Yeah, we played that show. That was such like a beautiful room. I remember that auditorium. But we had just been on tour in the UK for a little bit, and then we went and played at Cornell, and then I had one more show that I played. We had a whole tour planned.
I know. Yeah, sold out too, right?
Completely sold out, and the very first day of tour was like when the lockdown started nationwide. Which was just so discouraging. I mean, like nobody knew what was happening, and I was just like, what? And so there was conversation of like maybe the first half of tour will be canceled, and then everybody was like, what? Like refund my tickets, and I was like I don't even deal with that, and it's just this crazy thing where all of it was happening, but
yeah, that's crazy. So we got the honor of being the second to last live Dayglow concert.
Yeah, that was
wow.
Yeah,
it was really interesting.
Yeah, it was fun.
So what else have you been doing in these last few months? I know you've been doing a lot of live stream performances. You did that How I Made series, which is really cool.
Yeah.
I've been talking, to artists, and they've been putting out a lot of new music. What do you have to tell us?
Yeah, I'm releasing a new album in May, which I'm really stoked about. I've just been working on finishing that, and I mixed it myself, which most of the mixing I did in quarantine, but I had done a lot of it before. But yeah, putting out a new album, gonna have lots of other fun content to come along with that. I got engaged, I'm getting married.
Oh my goodness, congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm just the busiest person alive, so it's been exciting.
That's so many happy things too. I cannot tell you how good it is to hear some happy things, positive things.
Yeah.
Wow.
2021 is looking up, it seems.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm trying my hardest. Yeah.
Wow. All right, so you want to go for it?
Yeah. Sorry about that. So you've talked a lot about your songwriting process and how inspiration for lyrics kind of ebbs and flows. What are some of your points in your career as a musician where you felt the most inspired? And then also, what's your favorite song from your newest album, Harmony House? So I know to check it out once it drops.
Sure. Yeah, it's so crazy to think about my career. I have no idea what I'm doing. No idea at all. And it's just crazy that all of this has happened so quick, and it's so fun and a crazy honor that people are listening to stuff that I'm truly just making. It's been pretty much organic that people are just seriously listening to it. It's not like shoving it down their throat kind of like thing. It's like, listen to this. Just like people are finding it, I guess. But I don't know. I think that in and of itself is really inspiring to know that I've just been making this music on my own, and it's really encouraging that people enjoy it. Because yeah, I don't know. It would suck if I had to like do other stuff and like work with producers, and like that's fun for a lot of people, and like that's really helpful, and I'm sure I could benefit from that in some ways. But it's just awesome that people enjoy what I'm making. It kind of blows my mind still. But yeah, what was the other half of the question?
What's your favorite song from your new album?
Oh, sure, yeah. Let's see. I'm really proud of the album. It has a lot of different like directions that it takes. I don't know. There's a song on it called December that I wrote in quarantine, and I think it's definitely not like a we're in a lockdown like kind of song. It's not really like a quarantine statement song, but it just really helped me get out of the like post tour canceled depression kind of thing, which was a really big moment in my life. So yeah, that song is like a pretty personal one to me.
That's so interesting. Cool. Yeah, because I think that a lot of art that came out during 2020 and during the pandemic was kind of created obviously a year or 2 years before. So everyone was like, does it have any reflection on the current moment? You know, but you're like, well, you know, the process, it's not quite like maybe it's a reflection. But yeah. So I think like seeing that now that, you know, the art that's coming out is really from that time, I'm really excited to see kind of what people are creating.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see what people put out. It's been interesting. There's like a lot of like albums that like seem like someone told them like put it out now, like put it out while quarantine's. There's just like a lot of rushed albums, and so I didn't want to do that. Where it's just kind of like, yeah, it's a weird time for everyone. I'll just kind of wait until things seem like they're starting to open up. It's kind of like on the back end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you said you're inspired kind of by the people that are enjoying what you're putting out there and maybe your fans and stuff. What are some ways that you're really like getting that feedback now without live shows?
Yeah, I hope soon that I can experience personal feedback that's so much better when I can like talk to people, but mostly just social media, which I try not to be on too much. But yeah, I mean, like, it's just awesome to see like comments and things, because pretty much predominantly they're like really positive, encouraging comments. Mm-hmm. So a lot of like artists have to like stay away from their comments. I'm like, my fans are awesome.
Bring it on. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, every once in a while I see a guy who's like I've heard this before, like this is nothing, but yeah, I don't know. It's encouraging to see all the people just like saying nice things to me. It's pretty addicting.
Can I interject here? So like I like your social media posts. Like you always have these really cool outfits on. I was just wondering, like, do you choose them out, or is it like a stylist, or like how's that work?
To be honest, it's mostly my mom.
Oh.
Yeah, my mom like thrifts a lot, and she's always thrifted. I always say like pre-Macklemore, you know, like before the thrift shop thing. I was like, oh yeah,
like 2010 maybe. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ever since I was like really young. So pretty naturally I've just like been into the vintage stuff. But yeah, she finds me a lot of clothes, and I kind of started to do that, but I haven't like shopped in like a long time, so I kind of just like stick to the same stuff. Yeah.
Kind of an awesome thing though, at least in my experience in the last year. You're kind of like living with something for so long, it kind of takes on a new meaning, you know, like a piece that's there that you're like, oh, you're all of a sudden you're like, I know what to do with this now. It's just like there's a moment, you know.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Well, I have to say that so two of my roommates are from the DFW area, went to UNT for a couple years in high school, and also lived in Austin. One of them went to UT last year. So I had to ask you a little bit about you know, your identity as a Texan, how that's shaped your music,
Yeah,
how that's shaped, you know, any of the things that you put out there.
sure. Yeah, Texas is crazy. I love Texas. Honestly, I mean, there's just like, it's just interesting being from Texas. I mean, I've never lived anywhere else, so I'm sure I would have a different perspective on it if I were to like view it from the outside. But I grew up, yeah, in like a small town, like an hour away from Dallas, maybe. Um, and yeah, I just have like an awesome family, and um, I don't know. I've never really thought of it as like screw everybody else. Like I know there's people that are like that, but I
Yeah.
definitely am proud to be Texan. You know, it's a paradox. It goes back and forth.
Yeah. That's what I've heard. It's like, I feel like it's such a lot of my friends who have sort of moved out and come to other places really takes on a new meaning when you're not in Texas anymore, I guess. I don't know. It
Yeah,
becomes like a,
yeah. It's one of those things where like I feel like if you were to like Google like Texas people, you'd be like I don't want to go there. But everyone's really it's like pretty much, you know. So
yeah, that's awesome. And so I guess my roommate was like, I should ask you what your favorite, is it Mount Bonnell memory is?
oh wow. Yeah, Mount Cornell, I think. I don't know.
Vanell? There we go.
I've only been there like twice, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I just went like with some friends. Um, yeah, I don't really have many connections to Mount Bonnell.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like an outlook of like Lake Austin.
Yeah, sounds like a good spot. What's your favorite spot then? Like what's some place we should know?
Mm,
Or your second favorite spot so that your favorite spot is still a secret.
yeah. Well, I live currently, I'm moving pretty soon, but I live currently like in Barton Hills, which is minutes away from Zilker, which is like where ACL, Austin City Limits Festival, is held. So it's just like this huge park, which is pretty cool. But right next to it is this like natural swimming pool called Barton Springs. It's like a really Austin place, and the water somehow is like always the same temperature. I think it's like 67 degrees or something. It's really cold, but like in the summer, it's so refreshing. And then like you can still go swim in the winter because it's like warmer. So I don't know. It's one of my favorite places, but they haven't really been open, just like outdoor. But I don't know. Yeah.
That's a great spot. I love a good nature spot. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. If you're ever in Austin, Barton Springs, that's the place.
All right, I'll check it out. That's fabulous.
So Ithaca is known for being very quirky and kind of like artsy. I don't know if you've been like when you came over for Cornell and you saw like the murals on the walls and stuff. But what advice would you give to like the local musicians in Ithaca who are like just starting their journey? And yeah.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I would say I'm just starting mine as well. You know, it's like I'm a young dude. I don't really know what fully I'm doing. But I think if I have any advice, if it's really worth much, I would just say like, I think it'd be really cool if everybody just kind of like did stuff because it was fun. You know, it's just like there's so much like seriousness and like small shows, and it's really strange because it starts to disappear the bigger shows get. It's kind of like a paradox. So like the bigger shows I've experienced, like the artists are just kind of more laid back. It's like, yeah, and maybe that comes from experience. But if you're just like having small shows and it's just like you're having fun, it's just like a local thing, just have fun, you know, just have fun and stick with your friends, and like it's awesome. The internet does wild things. So if you're just having fun being yourself, people may or may not catch on, but not that I've like fully experienced fame or something, but it hasn't really changed anything. You know, it's like just kind of what you make of it. So yeah, just have fun, do what you love to do. Don't take yourself too seriously. You know, if you have something to say, be proud of what you have to say, but you know, just have fun.
Follow your passion. Good things might follow.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. And then you tried.
Yeah. There you go.
I like that. Well, we were wondering also if you could do a soundbite script for or a little soundbite thing for us.
For sure.
Nicole's put it right in there. Thank you so much, Nicole.
Yeah. Sure. Hey, this is Sloan from Dayglow, and you're listening to Hey, this is Sloan from Dayglow, and you're listening to WVBR 93.5 FM, Ithaca's alternative radio station.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's
Pleasure.
WV.
WVBR.
Yeah, it's a bit hard. I got a question though. So like, I remember my freshman year, I'd like listen to Fuzzy Brain, or like your music, Van Sire and Indigo Waves, and I was just curious, like, what are your like current favorite like indie artists, or just like artists in general as well? Like, what kind of inspires you too?
Yeah. I honestly mostly am currently listening to like 80s and 70s pop bands. I haven't really listened. I mean, granted, like Tame Impala is probably on like every one of my playlists, and like you can kind of think of the people that would be a part of all of that. But mostly, like when I go to listen to music, it's like James Taylor, Doobie Brothers, Whitney Houston, that kind of stuff. So you know, that's my dad's stamp. But yeah, I don't know.
You mentioned in an interview that I was reading the other day where you said you're listening to, is it DGO, Joe Keery's band?
Oh, yeah.
And I went and looked it up, and I had no idea it existed. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's a mystery. Really, really talented guy, it seems. So yeah, he's doing awesome stuff.
It's good to get some recommendations from artists that you also like, you know?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking with us today. You know, it was a pleasure. We're looking forward to your new album and everything you got coming up in the future. And congratulations again.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah.
Your engagement.
Exciting.
Wow. All right. Well, I guess that's it for today.
Sounds good. Well, thanks for the interview. It's nice meeting y'all.
Yeah,
Thank
nice
you.
meeting you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.